And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner. Back in the saddle again. Last weekend I had a family thing to do. Had to go do it. Had to be with my little girl. So I took care of that last week. But we're back in the saddle again. I'm inside Coach's Corner, ready for another great show with another great lineup. And it's presented by Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And if you don't know what the Coach's Corner Sports Network is, just check it out. It starts Wednesday nights with that show right there, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. All right. The Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, comes on, talks all things NASCAR, does a great job every Wednesday night, 6 to 7. If you missed it, go to YouTube. Go to Rubbin' and Grubbin' on YouTube. Check it out. He does a great job. And once again, the producer, Lawrence Bennett. Got to thank him. He's always on top of things. He helps me out. The man knows what he's doing. The man has a lot going on. You just gotta love it. You gotta love it. I mean, great job by Lawrence Bennett and the crew with Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Then on Saturday mornings, it's me, the coach, 9 to about 10:30-ish, 10:15-ish. We'll see how long it goes. But just talking all sports, national, local, particularly focus on the local sports, and we go from there and always have some great guests on. Always have great guests on, not some great guests. Always have great guests on. And then back in April, the Masters, we had the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. Did a great job. 4 straight days on the internet, Coach's Corner Facebook page, talking about the Masters. You want to talk about funny, you want to talk about adultish, check it out. It's on YouTube, the 19th hole. Check it out. Herb and Brent. They do a great job, okay? The Herb brothers. So I always mess that up. So it's the Herb brothers. Check it out. All right. And then, of course, we have 2 podcasts. The Hot Grids podcast with Travis Giordano and Spencer Matthews. 2 young guys locally, went to school here, love talking sports. Check it out. Hot Grids podcast, wherever you get your podcast. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Then usually every Tuesday and Wednesday, I get to join my friend, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson, and we do the Who's on First Base? I don't know. Third base. Baseball podcast with Kyle Lawson. Great job. Check it out. So 5 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. What's up today? Got a great lineup. We're going to start off talking about all local scores, all local news, and we got video. Got to thank the Frenzy, WJCL, Frank Silkowski, Amy Zimmer, for helping out with some highlight video. I do 5 games every Saturday morning, whatever highlights they set me, and I'll go from there, and I'll try to ad-lib with my interpretation of their video. So we got 5 games that are going to come up. All right, so check that out. Then, of course, 9:15, where are you now? Ken Griner. Love the guy. Savannah Christian Red Raider, Georgia Bulldog, came back home, WTOC Sports anchor, sports director, news anchor, did mid-morning break with the man Tim Guidera, and we're going to have him at 9:15 to find out where Ken is now. Then at 9:30, if you didn't watch the game last night, this man is all over the field. He committed earlier this week to go play at Army. Holden Sapp, linebacker out of Benedictine. 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. He laid out the quarterback. I mean, the kid's phenomenal, and he's an excellent student. And then we're going to finish it out. We got a little sub here. Tim Guidera, who was supposed to come on, the other half of that old mid-morning break team. But he's up in Athens with his kids. Hey, family comes first. He can't come on at 9:45. So we're going to have Stephen Weeks stepping in, filling in for Tim Guidera. All right, I got a lot to do. We got to do this within 10 minutes. So here we go. Let's kick it off. All right, high school sports, it started, full swing, teams are getting ranked. I do 3 steps in the door, and at the end of the show, I do 3 steps out the door. All right, so 3 steps in the door. First step, high school sports. Second step, college sports. Third step, pro sports, anything local in the area. So let's talk about high school sports. 8 teams, well, more than 8 teams, 12 teams are getting recognition through rankings. Everybody loves rankings. Everybody loves rankings. I don't know why everybody loves rankings, but everybody loves rankings, okay? So we'll start with the ladies first. Softball, South Effingham, great program. Coach Evans, they're ranked in 6A. St. Vincent's breaks the private school Class A Georgia high school rankings with softball. Marie Dotson, legendary Marie Dotson over at Country Day. Now she's at St. Vincent's. St. Vincent's softball, ranked, I think, number 10 in Class A private. Then you go to Class A public, another local guy, Jason Roundtree out of Groves High School, out of Bryan County High School. The Lady Redskins are ranked in softball. We go to volleyball, Richmond Hill, okay, Lady Wildcats. They're ranked 8th in the state in 6A. Islands comes in Class 4A. They're ranked 5th. Savannah Arts Academy has not lost a game yet this year. They're undefeated. I think they're 6 or 8-0. They're ranked number 5 in 3A. All right, and they did beat the Islands Sharks in 3 sets. I heard it was a great match. Woodville Tompkins, AA. Kevin Brown and the gang over there at Woodville Tompkins. They're ranked, I think, 8th in AA. And then we got to go to single A. Savannah Christian is in the top 10 with the legendary Julie Jones. And, you know, she's got a little Raider blood in her, just like my next guest, Ken Griner, which we'll talk to him about that later on, okay? All right, last night's scores. Bethesda goes and takes on St. Andrews at the Marsh. St. Andrews, 27-20. Buford from South Carolina, not Buford up in Atlanta, South Carolina, they defeat Effingham County 24-3 in the Palace on the Pines. South Effingham gets on the road, goes out to Metter. Is this a basketball score? Metter 62-31 over the Mustangs. 62-31. Metter made a deep run in the playoffs last year. South Effingham under Nathan Clark trying to get that program going. They put 31 points up, but they let 62 up. All right. Great game at Memorial Stadium. A lot of hype. The Catholic School Classic, the Rydell Catholic School Classic between Christopher Columbus out of Miami. Okay, we're going to Miami. I won't sing it for you, but they took on Benedictine. 7-7 first quarter game. Great game. Benedictine comes on the losing end 42-27. To me, Cadets are going to be good. The Cadets are going to be good. All right, they came out, made some mistakes in that second quarter. They didn't give up in the second half. They cut it to a two-score game. Great job. We'll talk to Holden Sapp. Holden Gerd is the quarterback. Holden Sapp's the outside linebacker who's phenomenal. We'll talk to him about that. New Hampshire takes on Johnson, beats Johnson 50-7. New Hampshire 2-0. They're on a roll. Bryan County, after breaking their 24-game losing streak, takes on a perennial legend, traditional powerhouse. Lincoln County loses 22-8. Pretty impressive by the Redskins. They won last week. Calvary Day School, 2-0, baby. No love before the season start. They knocked off Prince Avenue Christian. They knocked off Bullock Academy last night, 28-14. Mark Stroud, great guy. Okay, Savannah Country Day, the little team that can. John Mooring comes in, Georgia Southern legend, played some pro football, Canadian football, came here this year. They're off to a 2-0 start. They beat ECI 22-20. Got to love that. And then Savannah High, Michael Moore putting the program together. They take on Georgia School for Innovation, and they beat them 48-0. On Thursday night, Windsor Forest beat Islands 22-9. All right, I'm going to try and do this quick because I know my next guest is waiting. I want to get him on as soon as I can. Let's go to the highlights. Compliments of the Frenzy. All right, so bear with me because I got to go one video at a time or it starts too quick for me. But we're going to start out at Memorial Stadium last night where Christopher Columbus of Miami, they have 1,800 kids in this private school. You're talking about BC with only 400 kids. All male schools, pretty impressive. So let me get to my share button. Let me get to the video file. I'm getting new at this. And here's the highlights, and I'm going to try and keep up with it. I'll try my best. You might hear a little crowd background noise, but bear with me, okay? All right. This starts the 2020 campaign. There's the gun that'll go off every time, the cannon. When they score a touchdown, that's Mendoza swinging the ball, looking out. He's going to the corner, gets it to his running back, Edwards. He scoots in for a touchdown, 7-0 Christopher Columbus. Don't count the Cadets out yet, okay? Because right away, Holden Gurner comes back across the middle, okay? Nice little run there by, I think, Justin Thomas. Okay, and this is going to be a touchdown. Zaquan Bryant. This is why this kid is committed to Auburn. Look where he puts this ball. Bryant makes a great catch. Zaquan Bryant makes a great catch, gets those 2 feet in, touchdown. I was there. I backed up because I don't want to get run over. I got a picture of it, but I missed it. All right, but in the second quarter, Christopher Columbus scores 21 unanswered points. It's 28-7 at halftime, but the Cats didn't give up. I mean, it was just a great game, and let me remove that now. Second half, I mean, Holden Sapp picks one off, goes 60 yards. They're in the game. Everybody's excited. It was just a great game out there. Even though the final score said 42-27, do not count the Cadets out. So that's game number 1. So let's travel, stay in Savannah. Let's travel over to Daffin Park. Savannah High, 48-0 over the Georgia School of Innovations and Classics. All right, so Savannah High is hosting the Georgia School of Innovation and Classics. Michael Moore, head coach, quarter number one. I mean, there's nothing like, appearing soon after you score a touchdown. So here we go, into the end zone. He's excited about it. There's nothing better than that. Mr. Polite now gets a big hit on the quarterback. Savannah High's flowing. They got like 25, 30 kids out this year. Last year they finished with 18. I mean, the Blue Jackets are improving under Michael Moore. All right, so that was okay. I can't find my highlights, but you see what they're doing. Okay, swing pass out, but Savannah High Blue Jackets are right there. And I know it's a little slow on the internet. I don't know why the connection is slow, but once again, Savannah High Blue Jackets 48-0 over the Georgia School of Innovations and Classics. Nice cut right there by number 3, coming back out of bounds. So Michael Moore has got to be happy this morning with Savannah High starting out 1-0. And I know Ken Griner, who's watching in the back room, he'll tell you when Savannah High was good during the late 80s, early 90s. So hopefully Michael Moore can bring him back. All right, third game of night. Let's travel over to Islands High School, New Hampstead. Unbelievable. All right, once again, go to the video file. I got 2 minutes to do this because I got to get Mr. Griner on here. Video file. All right. Johnson versus New Hampstead. All right, so the Smashers honoring their seniors. It's Johnson's home night. They honor their seniors early in the season because we never know what's going to happen. But Phoenix quarterback Paulie Sealy finds Tyler Cooper open the flat of the game for a quick 16-yard gain for a first down. Less than 4 minutes into the game, Sealy flips the pass to Zion Griffin for a touchdown to make it 6-0. The extra point try into the slot back snap to Jamal Coast Jr. for a 2-point conversion. We got 8-0. Now, Johnson's not quitting. It was an early close game here. Johnson returns, and Keon Edwards searches the field for John Pendergraph, wide open in the end zone. It's 8-6 New Hampstead. But after that, you're talking 42 unanswered points for the New Hampstead Phoenix as Sealy picks up the low snap and gets open to the wide out receiver, 14-6. Lining up the same way for the extra point. It's good again. But I'm telling you right now, this one went to a 48-0 win. Sorry, a 50-8 win for the – sorry. Slow down, Coach. 50-6 win for the Phoenix. All right, so let's go to now, still staying out there on Wilmington and Whitmarsh Island. Okay, let's go to St. Andrews. First game for Blake Henry. Whoops, wrong game. I did practice this last night. So let's go to the file. St. Andrews got to be proud. The Edwards brothers were unbelievable for this Lions last night. Ken, I know I'm messing up royally here. All right, here we go. Blake Henry, new coach, comes in, takes over the Lions program, 28-20 win. Right here, you see St. Andrews comes up and makes a big stop here. Big break for the Bethesda running back. But here comes the Lions, okay? That's Mr. Edwards at quarterback, making things happen. He's only a freshman. Look at this kid go. You're going to hear about this kid the next 4 years. All right, Ethan Bland, I think we'll get the next pass. All right, Zaire Edwards again. Sorry, Zayden Edwards, his brother Zaire. All right. Swings outside, looking. He's going to get into the zone. So it went back and forth. St. Andrews went up big, 27-14. They held on for a 27-20 win over Bethesda. All right, the last game, I promise you, we'll have Ken Griner on in 2 seconds. All right, let me go to my videos again. The last game of the night, I told you, this game was like a basketball game. We got to go out to Metter, South Effingham at Metter. Everything's better in Metter. Ken can tell you that. He's been out there plenty of times. 62-31. Let's get to the point. Let's talk about Metter. The Tigers had a great run last year. They're back again. I got to love the orange and black, my favorite colors. South Effingham quarterback swings it out to the outside. It's picked off by a Metter Tiger. He's going to go all the way. That was Easton Oglesby for the touchdown. Corbin McGuire for a big gain. for South Effingham's next possession. Sorry, I'm off on my highlights here. There's the touchdown. All right, let's go back. This should be South Effingham getting the ball back. I know the internet's kind of slow here. There's the lovely Meta Tiger cheerleaders. Here we go. This should be a big game for South Effingham. Nice run there for the Mustang. All right, I'm gonna cancel this, but like I said, a little slow on the internet. As you see, I'm looking slow on my screen. I hope it's not looking that way to Ken at home. But it was a great night for high school football. I got a lot to talk about. We'll come back on later on with all the news about local sports, national sports, the Braves, and so on and so forth. But I promised this guy he's got things to do today. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the man himself, Ken Griner. What's up, Ken?
Hey, you say anything about a hot seat? Hey, I got to congratulate you. People at home have no idea how hard it is to do what you just did. I mean, when you're doing it, you have somebody rolling, you have somebody else buzzing up the camera, everything. Picture Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins, the one-man band. You're having things back here. So I congratulate you, and I'm sure it's smooth as time goes along here.
Well, you know, I know you got things to do, and I told you I'd get you out of here at 9:25, so I don't want to keep you hanging. So, Ken Griner, mid-morning show, WTOC news anchor in the morning. What happened to you, buddy?
It was just time change, Carl. That's it. And everything always works out. You know, they say, don't be afraid to fail. Well, I put myself out there, and guess what? I am over at Calvary Day School now. They wanted to start a broadcasting program. Hunter Chadwick, a former BC cadet, class of '94, he approached me and said, hey, we really want to start a broadcasting program. The school has been great. Kids love the class. I know it's because it's a new class. And, you know, I'm new to this teaching thing, Carl. So right now it's a cool class. So we're having a blast, and we really are trying to put on a great production when it comes to putting games online as well. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm learning a lot while we're doing it here. And the school's a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, I'd say getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work is kind of tough, if you ask me, and you did that for a while. Do you miss your buddy, Tim Guidera?
We were doing shows at 4 o'clock. We're waking up 2:30, man.
2:30. Wow. Do you miss your buddy Tim Guidera?
That is what I miss the most, is the golf shows, college football shows, and maybe not even covering Friday night, but the whole planning process. I mean, you feel like you're a general back there with all the maps and everything, and you get your report, and you figure out who can go where and what bunches up with what, and you know, there were some times, and this includes help from, like, if we knew that our Jackson friends in Jacksonville were going to cover a game at Brunswick, you know, we get those highlights. Or if we had schools in Atlanta shooting games, playing games, and our friends in Atlanta were shooting a game, we'd get help from those guys, and we would help them out tremendously. Well, you know, there were a couple of nights we had highlights from 30 football games, and that's when you take a lot of pride in your work, Carl.
Yeah. I would say 30 football games, and you got to break it down. And what you get, about 15 minutes to show it?
Well, that's a big difference, too. Now, CBS Sports, WTOC, to cut back on their time. But back in the day, we used to go from 11:30 to 12:05.
That's right. Right.
So, but, you know, it's a lot to do with the hierarchy of TV. We don't have enough time to get into that. But I do appreciate you taking me back in time. You talked about those great Savannah High teams under Tommy Major when they had Smart and Small. One of the best I've ever seen, and it was in Grayson Stadium, but it was Effingham and Savannah High. And Grayson Stadium was packed. That was when they still had the left field as well, and the bleachers in right field weren't, which I have a problem. You know, don't be messing with Grayson Stadium. I love the Bananas, and they are the ones, but let's keep Grayson Stadium a historical site. And, so anyway, yeah, and don't get me wrong. I do love the Bananas and what they have done here. We got to maintain the historic nature of Grace's Stadium. That's my first law.
Well, when I got here, they stopped playing football at Grayson Stadium. They did bring it back for a year or two because we were short fields, and it was nothing like it. You could feel the nostalgia. You could feel what a football game meant there. And you grew up here. That place every Thanksgiving was sold out.
Yeah, but you're making me out to be old now, Carl. I don't remember Thanksgiving Day games. Yeah, yes, back in the day, back then, Savannah High in D.C., that was the biggest game. But in my era, Jenkins and Savannah High was the biggest game. St. Davis, quarterback, John. I mean, you're talking about as a probably 10 or 11-year-old, that was the game. And those Jenkins teams, there were kids at the time that eventually went to D.C. They were going to Jenkins play above Atwood, because that was such a good program. And eventually that is what kept me at Savannah Christian, the fact that I grew up one place above Atwood, and I was able to do so by going to Savannah Christian. But those games, they packed Memorial Stadium, and there was nothing like it. I mean, the Jenkins band was coming out at halftime. They turned the lights out. It was amazing, Carl.
I would have loved to see it. I really would have loved to see it. I got here in '95, and from what I heard, there was nothing like it. So, quickly, Georgia boy, baseball, you got to love the Braves.
I do. I can't say I keep up with them a lot because I'm still more of a college baseball guy. I love the Mississippi State run this year. I got to be good friends with Ron Polk over the years because when he was at Georgia Southern, he recruited me so as well out of Mississippi. And of course, Polk came back to Georgia, and we tried to stay in touch with each other. But it's just a shame, you have some great college baseball coaches that have never won a national title, and that being Ron Polk is one, and Jack Leggett as another at Clemson. And some of his assistants, I'm good friends with Joe Sullivan down in Florida, the coach at Vanderbilt. He's getting a great Savannah product coming up. They were assistants at Clemson. They went on and won national titles at Florida and Vanderbilt, and that kind of hurt the fact that he never won one. Well, you know what? There were some great – it's kind of like a golfer who is a great golfer but never wins a major, like Jay Haas. Maybe harsh standard, just because Ron Polk – Ron Polk, to me, would have his face on the Mount Rushmore of college baseball coaches. So, but anyway, I digress. Go ahead, Carl.
And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner every Saturday morning. I know, Ken, I'm going to get you a little excited here, but here's my bacon, egg, and cheese on rye bread, a little cup of java. I got to sit here at Coach's Corner on a Saturday morning.
Please say hello to the Hendersons for me, because John Henderson they were pretty good at it back in the day. He's probably been eating a little too much of those great food that they serve. But, Carl, one thing that's on my mind, because you're closer to it than I am, and I've got to learn a lot. I'm really concerned this whole GHSA thing is blowing up again. They as soon as Savannah Christian and another private school was in the finals, well, that's when everything kind of Christian wanted by being landmark. That's when they split everything. Now they're talking about, they had a meeting Monday, they're talking about taking the 9 largest private schools to make it all. My biggest problem with the whole thing is they talk about recruiting. The fact that they're so, the public schools recruit too. Don't be funny. Some of the loudest guys doing it are the guys that are pointing the finger. And I can give you tons of examples. Not necessarily here, but like being so hypocritical about the whole thing. So I understand both sides of it, but some of the loudest voices that are pointing to private schools, they're the ones that are recruiting in public school as well.
It's everywhere. You can't stop it. But when you win, everybody wants to go to your school. But that's what these guys up in Atlanta don't understand. You start winning, you start getting into the playoffs, you start going deep and maybe into a championship game. you're going to get the kids to come. And that's the problem. Everything is centered up in Atlanta because that's where everybody is here in Georgia. But when you come down south and you got the small private schools like Calvary, Christian, Country Day, even take the Giza small schools, you're struggling to get gauge. You're struggling, isn't it student athlete first? So, you're going to send BC to play the top 8 other private schools, and they're all up in Atlanta. It makes no sense, Ken. I agree with you 100%. It's not about education. It's about how do I win a championship? And I'll be the first one to say this. And if they do watch this, it's wrong. The kids should come first. But we have a different agenda. We have a different outlook. We're going to change this whole thing. And it's tough to say. We're going to see what happens. But if they do that and all the private schools pull out, the recruiting is even going to be more.
That's the key. Nobody will have to restrict them, so to speak. And it will. But, there's one answer to it. Get better. Get better.
Yes, exactly.
Your parents are pretty good. That means something's wrong with the program that they would have gone to. So get better. That's the bottom line. Carl, you've been too kind to me. I believe me for being a Raider wearing now, but I got to tell you, I'm loving it over in Calgary.
All right, quickly, tell us what you're doing. Plug it one more time because I know you got to get out of here. My 10 minutes is up. Tell us all about it.
Start a broadcasting program, and kids love it. They're learning a lot of skills. We're going slowly, but like I said, Hunter Chapman came through and said, we think about starting a broadcasting program. Calgary, they've got such a good thing going over there right now, and it's really fun to be part of that. And I suspect once we see how good I hope we get, I mean, all the Atlanta schools are doing it. I leaned on a lot of my TV guys. Like I watched Lovett last night, not because I care about Lovett football, but because I'm watching produce a football game. And had a buddy, the old Georgia national champion Jim Blakewood, called me last night. He said, "Man, you got to turn on Columbus's feed." And he said, "Man, I didn't watch it, but I hope I got a strange feeling that once people see how good we might be able to do this, a lot of schools will be trying to as well. But you know what? We got to jump on them."
All right, I know you got to go. We can do this for hours and hours. Once again, it's great seeing you, great talking to you. I'll get you in the Calvary game, and I know it's going to be tough. A Raider wearing purple, but we'll go with it.
I'll tell you like this. I had a good friend, Mike Hubbard. He was the sports information guy for Georgia. He was in Herschel Walker's campaign. Herschel won a Heisman. He was in charge of Terry Hoag's campaign. Terry Hoag finished third. Went to Auburn, was in charge of Bo Jackson's campaign. I said, working for Auburn with, being a Georgia guy. He goes, Paycheck is blue and orange, man. That's the bottom line. I know but they've been great. Great, Carl. Really have.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Ken Griner, former WTOC All-World, was all over the place. Now he's over at Calvary starting a broadcasting class. He does a great job. The kids are going to love it. And I'm telling you, a lot of schools are doing great jobs with the broadcasting class. If Ken still listen, go to YouTube and check out Warrior Sports Network, the Jenkins Sports Network, last week's broadcast. Unbelievable. Graphics. I mean, they're doing what you're doing. Every school is trying to do it. Hey, Islands High School. I set up a YouTube channel. Now I got to find some kids that know what, Mr. Griner knows about putting it on the internet and making it look good. Ken Griner, class guy, Raider, Georgia Bulldog. Now he's got a little touch in that Calvary Cavalier culture. He's going to do a great job for them. All right, I got to take a break. We didn't get to the commercials before I went to Ken. I got to go to it now before I get to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. I mean, this kid's phenomenal. All over the field. Watch number 13. He brings the wood. He brings the smack. He never stops. And, I mean, I was excited last night when he, that 60-yard touchdown. He brought BC back. And I'm getting excited about it. But I was there. I'll talk to him in a couple minutes. You're going to be watching and listening to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week from Benedictine Military School, Holden Sapp. I'll be right back in 3 minutes. Got to thank the people who support my show. Once again, Coach's Corner and the rest of you guys, Bart Wetherington, Calvary Day School, Rockies New York Deli, Thompson Trophies. I appreciate it. 3 minutes, Holden. Hold on. We'll be right back.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
All right, I'm back. On commercial. Hang on, people. I'll be right back. I got to put the right commercial up. So let me find it. Let me get to it. That was just one commercial. I got to find all of them. See, Holden, you got to learn how to do this stuff because sometimes you just mess up. Here we go. That's Calvary Day School. There's the commercial. It's a one-man show. Just bear with me. We're uploading the commercial. I do apologize. Internet's a little slow, but anyway, some great football games last night. St. Andrews, Blake Henry comes out and gets the Lions on the in the win column. Michael Moore over at Savannah High in the win column. It's still loading. Let me try it a different way for you, people. Let me try it a different way. There we go. Well, there we did go.
20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, that comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From Come Get Equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pick at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the breakfast. Welcome back. Breakfast with the coach at Coach's Corner. That's what I'm doing right now. I took a bite. Should have waited a little while. But it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning at Coach's Corner. Remember, there's breakfast at Coach's Corner now, Tuesday through Friday from 7 to 10:30, on Saturdays from 8 to 10:30. So very good. I'm going with my usual bacon, egg, and cheese on rye. I love it. Little cup of coffee. Can't complain. Got to get me going. All right, there we go. Just a lot of glitches today. Internet's kind of slow, and that's the problem. You rely on the internet, just like live radio. You rely on your guest. Well, this is why I've been doing this show for I don't know how many years. This is why I do the Prep Sports Report, to give the kids a little more exposure. Yeah, I can't be Dennis Knight in the Savannah Morning News. I can't be WJCL, WTOC, WSAV, Frank Silkowski, Amy Zimmer, Lindsey Goff, Connor Del Prete, Andrew Gold. I'm me. It's what I've been doing. It's a passion to get more news about these kids. This kid is special. I've been watching him since he's been a sophomore. I knew when he was a sophomore he was going to be a heck of a football player. I mean, I talked to Coach Danny Britt. He's a weight room rat. I know we hear about gym rats. Go in there, get the key from the custodian, go do your things. But he said this young man lives in the weight room. He's strong. He's athletic. I mean, he can go side to side, north and south. That's from his linebacker position. Hey, if you watch the game, if you listen to the game or you go see the highlights, he brought the wood on the Christopher Columbus quarterback last night. I don't know how the kid got up and finished the game. And then he one-hands picks a screen off, goes 60 yards. It's not just football also. He's got a 3.7 grade point average in school. He's a member of the JRTC program. I think that might have been a key why he committed to Jeff Monken, good old Jeff Monken, and Army football. But I'm telling you right now, great kid, and that's why he's this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Benedictine Military School. We're going to be talking to the man himself, Holden Sapp. He's on the Coach's Corner hot seat also.
Yes, sir.
Holden, how's it going?
It's going good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, you know what? I've been watching you play, son, for the last 3 years, and I knew when you were that small, and you were small as a sophomore, buddy.
Yes, sir. I was about 180. I was probably 180. I'm about 215 now. So I'm a lot of weight.
Yeah, but you had that skill of, everybody says, let's do the 40-yard dash, okay? Let's measure his 40-yard dash. In football, it's not just about going north and south. You got to be able to go side to side. You got to be able to change direction. You got to have agility. You got some good quality there, buddy. I've enjoyed watching it. Last night, man, wow, that was a hit put on that that quarterback.
Yes, sir. He was definitely shooken up. I think the halftime saved him.
Yeah, I think it did. It gave him some time to get his cobwebs cleared. Okay, but
Yes,
and I know it's not about last night's game, but hey, that 60-yard touchdown that was special. That gave you guys some momentum.
yes, sir. It definitely did. We had a few mistakes last night that cost us the game, but we're gonna work on it this week in practice and prepare for the next few weeks. Every game we play.
Well, I know the man himself, Danny Britt, good friend, coached my son. He'll be at it again, but Coach Britt's a player's coach. When he's talking to you, he's not mad at you. It's tough love, but he wants you to be the best you can be, right?
Yes, sir. They're all the coaches are hard on us, and it's just to make us better. It's just for the better of us, and at the end of the long run, it helps so much.
I can agree with you fully on that one. So, all right. So enough about last night. You guys came back. You didn't quit. You never quit. I've never seen a Danny Britt team quit. So once again, you're playing a team that has 1,800 boys versus, which is the highest ever. You got like 420 at BC this year. So a little more advantage over there at Miami school. But you made Savannah proud. All right. Playing football. When did this all start? Where'd you get your your football roots from?
I started when I was 5 years old, and I live in Effingham, so I started with the rec department, and then we started a little travel team called the Effingham Jaguars, and we were a tremendous team. we went to state for travel and won every year we went.
So, and football's a tough game. I mean, you either got to like being hit or you got to like hitting somebody. It's a physical game. It's grinding. What's so special about football to you?
I would just say like the team aspect and the physicality. I mean, I love hitting people and I love playing with my brothers.
I can imagine. So if I had to sit down and talk to Coach Britt here, he told me what he thought your best skill was, but I'm not going to say it to you. What's your best skill?
I would say my strength and my speed and the knowledge of the game at the linebacker position.
Yeah, you got to be able to see it side to side. Yeah, got to keep your head on a swivel because I know if you're playing, I'm going to be looking for number 13.
Yes,
so, he told me you were a weight room rat. You live in the weight room. What routine do you use that has gotten you to 215 in this strong linebacker at BC?
I was just saying like eating and drinking the right things. I mean, I eat meat all the time. I love meat. I mean, and also staying in the gym a lot just to build my strength and endurance and quickness. I hit the treadmill after I work out to keep my speed and my endurance. And then also watching film. I mean, you got to watch film. Film's the biggest part of the game.
Well, I'm telling you right now, and I know you're going to laugh. I go back to the old days when we had 8mm films, and then we went to VHS, then we went to DVDs. Now it's on the internet. You can get it any way you need it. So, you can look at your opponent from their website because everybody's filming and broadcasting their site, so you can go all over the place. Now, as far as you go, coming into the season, I mean, you're a team guy. I can tell you're a team guy. Danny Britt says you're a team guy. Any personal goal coming into this season?
Just do everything I can as a young man, a football and a leader, just to help my team win a state championship. At the end of the day, that's everyone's high school dream, win a state championship, and that's everyone's goal.
Well, you've seen them do it 2 years already over there with Danny Britt, so you got a good shot at it. If you just tuned in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning. It's breakfast with the coach because it's breakfast every morning here, except for Mondays. So come on by and check it out. All right. So you participate in any other sports, or it's football?
I run track mainly just to stay in condition and to build my speed up during the season. I haven't ran a lot of meets, but I have a little bit. But usually I just do it to stay in shape and build my speed up.
So what events do they throw you in?
The 400 my sophomore year, but COVID cut that short, so I only got to run one. And then junior year I ran the 100 and 200.
Well, that's pretty good for a big guy your size. How tall are you now?
I'm about 6'2".
6'2", 215, and you're running the 100 to 200, 400. Pretty good, okay. Now, outside of athletics over there at BC, do you participate in any other extracurricular activities? I know I said JROTC.
Yes, sir. The JRTC part, I mean, that's just tremendous. It helps me a young leader every day. It motivates me. It makes me motivate other people.
Okay. And, that's what BC's all about, getting in that program. Now, I know you have to be in there the first 2 years, then you can opt out, right?
Yes, sir. And I've stayed all 4 years.
But not many guys opt out over there, do they?
No, sir. There's not many. So,
all right. I'm going to get into this. Okay, last night, I mean, I know you lost. I know it was a tough game. You guys never quit. You played hard. You're going to correct your mistakes. But besides that game last night and that 60-yard touchdown interception, what's the biggest game in Holden Sapp's career so far up to this point?
I would say North Oconee game. I had 6 sacks in one game, and they had a Clemson commit quarterback who was really good, who's playing in the MLB now. So
nice.
Yes, sir.
Now we go back. We talked about Coach Britt's early. Tell us about the coaching staff and Coach Britt, what they bring to the table for you guys at BC.
Yeah, Coach Britt is a great leader, motivator in football, and then football coach, and like the whole staff is just the same. I mean, they motivate you. They make you work harder. They'll tell you if you're doing something wrong just to make you better. I mean, it helps. They're all great.
Helps big time. And you got a lot of guys over there that played college football. I saw, and I know Holden Griner now is a punter. Pat Parker, former Georgia Southern punter, he's on the sidelines. So you got a lot of guys with a lot of experience, which is pretty exciting. So now you had offers to Wofford, Charleston Southern, Middle Tennessee State, and Lenore-Rhine. Why Army? Why'd you commit to Army and Jeff Monken?
It was just the brotherhood, and then when I went up on my visit, it was just everything was awesome. It was just crazy. The atmosphere, like culture, brotherhood, the facilities. everything was just top notch there. And when I went there, it felt like home.
I mean, it's right on the Hudson. It's an unbelievable experience. I've been up there a number of times, state softball championships, going to Army games. I mean, it's just an unbelievable place. And when you walk through the gates or the openings, you just feel the mystique about that place. It's definitely something special. All right, BC, 4 years. What has BC meant to Holden Sapp?
It's meant so much to me. It's made me such a better man and just a young leader, and it's helped me in so many ways. I mean, I wake up every morning and I get fired up just to go to BC. I mean, I've always wanted to go to BC. I see what they do, their football programs, their whole sports programs. Everything is just amazing about it. And they've helped me so much, and I'm so blessed. Nice. And now you couldn't have gotten there without the parents. So how much has your parents meant to your academic and your athletic career over there at BC? Oh, my parents have done so much for me. They made so much sacrifices, and I love them for that. And, you know, when I committed, I mean, I went up to them and hugged them and started crying. I was just so blessed with everything, all the things they've done for me.
Do you see a little bit of Danny Britt and Jeff Monken?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, you do. I mean, I know my son played for Jeff Monken. He loves Jeff Monken, so he's another great guy. All right, you're going up there. Yeah, I mean, you got a 4-year commit. Then you got to do like 2 years of service, right?
I have to do 5.
5 years. 5 years of service now?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So what are you going to do outside football? What interests you in your career after football's over?
Just have a successful career, raise a family, and be a positive influence on everyone around me.
Anything interests you, like engineering, stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say engineering was probably on the top of my list, but I really haven't decided yet. Well,
here's your chance. Give a shout out to your brothers over there at BC before we end this segment.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're going to be back next week against Buford, and we're going to have a great season.
Well, Holden, I've enjoyed watching you. I can't wait to watch you more this year because you're a linebacker that is near and dear to my own heart. So I never got a chance to run one back for 60 yards, but I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like being a linebacker where you can bring it and you can make the running back, quarterback, whoever pay for it. Great job. I've loved watching you grow. Keep on going, and you're going to say go Cadets now. Now you're going to after that, you're going to have to say go Knights, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Keep the great work. Good luck next week against Buford, and have fun over there in South Carolina and bring home that W.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We will.
Have a good one.
You too.
Just an outstanding young man. I've watched him grow. I think all of us watched him grow. This kid is a linebacker. He can go east and west. He can go north and south, and he flies to the ball. You heard him. Track, 100-yard meter dash, 200-meter dash, 400 meters. I mean, the kid's got some speed, and he's got some strength, and he's going to be successful. And if I didn't say it, he only carries a 3.7 GPA in school. All right, so let's get to the next guest. All right, he kind of had to be with his family up there in Athens. Tim Guidera, his he's visiting his kids up at Athens, so he got a little sidetracked. They got to do something at 9:45, so he went out and got a replacement. That's right, stepping in. I call him the columnist. Okay, Tim Guidera was the golf columnist before this guy took the golf columnist over at Savannah Morning News. Now he's out of his own ventures. He does his own business, but he does a great job with it. Stepping in for Tim Guidera, none other than Stephen Elmo Weeks. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank the people that have been supporting me. Once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning. Breakfast with the coach. That's right. Here it is. Coffee, a little baking and cheese on rye. Remember, there's breakfast here, 8 o'clock to 10:30 every Saturday morning. Tuesday through Friday, 7 o'clock to 10:30. Come by and support Coach's Corner. Once again, 3 minutes. We'll be right back with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
All time, that's Coach's Corner. All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports. It's Breakfast with the Coach every Saturday morning here at Coach's Corner, 8 to 10:30. I get mine, okay, my favorite, bacon, egg, and cheese on rye with a cup of Java. And they're open for breakfast Tuesday through Fridays from 7 o'clock to 10:30. All right, and we got a great lineup. The man had to step out. He's up with his kids. He's visiting his kids. WTOC mid-morning co-host Tim Guidera. And stepping in is a favorite of mine. This man been around Savannah, Georgia his whole life. He was Tim Guidera's replacement when Tim Guidera left, and he did the golf column for Savannah Morning News. He's also a big Georgia Bulldog man himself, and that's, of course, the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. What's up, Stephen?
Hey, good morning, Karl. How are you?
Oh, well, besides doing this and doing everything else I do, it's a break from what goes on during the week. And I don't have to tell you, being athletic director and dealing with all this COVID-19 issues and keeping these kids going and teaching and whatever, it's just it's fun to be here. I get breakfast and I get to talk sports.
Yeah, it's certainly a complicated time right now for everybody. And I guess there was a game or a local game canceled last night. I know several games throughout the state were canceled. So I'm sure that you are running wide open every day trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah, and plus teaching, and that's got to be thrown in there too. So, and I take my teaching with a lot of pride as I do everything else. So, but anyway, so it's the first week of college football. You're a big Georgia Bulldog fan, and you're honest, you're straightforward with the Bulldogs, and that's why I was bringing Tim Guidera on to talk about the opening of college football. Because he's big with that Georgia Bulldog tailgate show and all those other things. But first of all, hey, Stephen helps me, or is a big partner of the Prep Sports Report, and he texted me yesterday. Calvin Turner Jr. You want to watch the kid from New Hampshire High School, national TV, 3:30 p.m., number 7 against UCLA. It's pretty special when you see these guys from 912 making a big splash on national TV.
Yeah, there's actually a story up on prepsportsreport.com right now with some details about Calvin Turner. He was a second-team All-Mountain West player. He was the most outstanding offensive player in last year's New Mexico Bowl that Hawaii won. And I think he's supposed to have a big game today. UCLA, team from the Pac-12. It's going to be a great opportunity for Calvin to shine. Certainly, he went to Jacksonville University and played. He was all-conference performer at Jacksonville University, and then went over to Hawaii to play, and is just having a tremendous college career. He's a wide receiver, running back. He plays special teams. He lines up at quarterback and runs the ball sometimes. He's just a terrific all-around player. So he's representing Savannah and the Coastal Empire really, really well. And today he's going to be on national TV at 3:30. Hawaii's going to play UCLA in a huge game for both teams. So hopefully Calvin will have a big game and Hawaii pulls off a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And if you go to, I don't know if are you doing it on Twitter where you make your weekend picks?
I don't do it on Twitter. I do things on Facebook. I don't know if I'm going to do it in week 0 because I'm going. My son's playing a golf tournament in Charleston today, so we'll be kind of busy. But yeah, I'll probably do that. I actually put out my little silly preseason top 10 yesterday, and I've got Oklahoma at number 1. I think the Sooners were probably the hottest team in the country at the end of the year, other than obviously Alabama. And then I've got Georgia in the top 5 or 6. I think they still have to prove it to us a little bit. I do think that this is probably the best team overall that Kirby Smart has had in Athens. But as a longtime Georgia fan, you got to prove it to us. Anytime there's expectations, Georgia has a history of not quite fulfilling those expectations. But love JT Daniels. He's obviously a very, very talented quarterback. Had some really big games against kind of bad teams last year at the end of the season. But still, he completed the passes. The guys caught the passes, threw for some big numbers. A lot of talent all over the roster. So I think Georgia's certainly in the top, in the conversation for the top, 5-4 types of teams. But have to see what they can do against Clemson next week. That's huge. Of course, they can lose that game and potentially still go to the college football playoff. But it's going to be an interesting year in college football. But anyway, like I said, I've got Oklahoma ranked number 1. I just feel like everything they've got coming back and how they were playing at the end of the season last year, they've got virtually every player coming back. So I could see the Sooners going undefeated to the regular season and into that playoff.
Georgia broke my heart in 1980. Okay, I'm old enough to live it. Okay, big Notre Dame fan growing up. I mean, living in Long Island, New York, and the only thing you had was Notre Dame Catholic football, and but since I moved down here, I've always followed Georgia. I've always been in love with Herschel Walker, and Fran Tarkenton played for the Giants, and but I feel like Charlie Brown every year with the Georgia Bulldogs. It's like Lucy. Every time Charlie Brown goes to kick the ball, she pulls it out from them, and every time Georgia makes that great run, at the end of the season, it's just a dud. So yeah. I'm like you, buddy. I mean, I'm hesitant. I want to see what they do. You got to prove to me what you can do, and I would have them in the top 10 like you. And I'm excited about it, that football starting, and what's going on today on ESPN with Calvin Turner Jr. Now, Go to the other side of it. You also were Tim Guidera's man after he left the Savannah Morning News as the golf columnist. A lot of good golf stories around here. We're into the FedEx Cup Championship.
Yeah, it's a big weekend on the PGA Tour, obviously, with trying to get into the top 30 to go to East Lake. There's a lot of movement up and down. Our local product, Brian Harmon, is I think he's in 38th or 39th, so he's got to make a little bit of a move to get into that tournament in Atlanta next week. And he had a lot of other storylines going on in golf right now in terms of Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, and then getting ready for the for the Ryder Cup in a few weeks, and so there's a lot going on surrounding golf. On a local level, though, which is where I spend most of my energy, I'd like to recognize two outstanding junior golfers in the Savannah area, Hamp and Hughes Threlkeld. They went over to down to Thomasville, Georgia, which is kind of on the Florida-Bama line, and didn't win. Hughes, who graduated from BC in 2021, he's going to go play college golf at North Georgia University. Hughes finished at 3 under par and came in 6th, which is tremendous against a great field at a tournament called the Harris English Invitational. Harris English is from Thomasville, Georgia. Played at the University of Georgia. Is a 2-time winner this year on the PGA Tour, so big tournament over there in Thomasville. And then his younger brother, Hamp, who is just a tremendous junior player. He ended up coming in 4th in the boys 12 to 13 age group. And Hamp has won a couple of tournaments this year on the bigger circuits on the Southeastern Junior Golf Tour. Certainly he won the Savannah Junior City Amateur at Bacon Park by, a fairly wide margin. And he's just a terrific player. So Hughes and Hamp, Threlkeld, just doing amazing things in junior golf right now. And they're just keeping it rolling, Carl. Every time you turn around, they play a tournament and they shoot good scores. And so wishing Hughes a lot of success over at North Georgia. And then, Hamp will be – I think Hamp is a rising 8th grader, maybe freshman at BC. But either way, just wishing both of them continued success representing our area. They are really, really, really good players.
Oh, I mean, if it wasn't for you and following that local young golfers, as I love reading about. Like you said, it's something special here in the Savannah area, and I give this man a lot of credit. If you go to the Prep Sports Report and you see all those golf stories, those golf updates with the girls and guys, it's Stephen Weeks. Okay, he loves what he's doing, not just because. And I know he's going to, I don't know if he's going to get mad at me. His son is going to be an unbelievable golfer. And I know it's tough watching your own kid grow up and you want to say something, but I mean, it's just something special what you're doing, Stephen. And I know we all critique our kids a lot harder than we do the other kids. And my kids can vouch for it too. So, but I'm telling you right now, the young golfers in this area is phenomenal. It's special.
Yeah. It's an unusual group for such a small area. It's an unusual group of incredibly talented young people. I appreciate you putting Jack in that group. But when you talk about kids like Mary Miller at Savannah Christian and Kate Barber, who's now at Savannah Country Day, Hamp and Hughes Threlkeld. I guess Hughes has graduated going on to college, but Hamp Threlkeld, a young man named Hal Dolander who attends Calvary. Another young man named Chad Chadwell, who's at St. Peter's Academy, St. Peter the Apostle School. There's just a lot of really, really good local talent, and I'm not even naming all of them. There's several boys on the BC team that are really good. Reed Lauder, haven't even mentioned his name yet. Reed Lauder is a national phenom. He's won an American Junior Golf Association event over at Deer Creek. He's committed to play at Auburn University. He's one of the best players in the country, no doubt about it. Mary Miller and Kate Barber, both two of the best junior female players in the United States. There's no question about it. It's an unusual group of really, really talented young men and women here in our area at the same time. It's very similar to when PGA Tour player Brian Harmon and Mark Silvers and Justin Smith and some of those guys were playing 20 years ago when it was just impossible to win a golf tournament because Brian was so good, but nobody realized all the other guys right behind him were really, really good too. And I think that's what you've got right now, it's great for Savannah. Anytime there's a local tournament, you're going to see some really good scores. You're going to see some really good competition. And then, even just outside of Savannah, a young woman like Maddie Saxton, who's just an incredibly good player, or Erica Crouch over in Richmond Hill. there's just a lot of talent right now, and a lot of people that are working really hard behind the scenes. Guys like Paul Johnson, who's the head pro at Mary Calder. He started U.S. Kids Golf here a few years ago and has kept it going, Carl. We've got the first event of the season is actually tomorrow at Richmond Hill Golf Club. He's got 82 players signed up to play in that golf tournament, which is amazing. It's a record for the tour, and it's just a testament to his hard work. You've got the Savannah Junior Golf Association, which is a tremendous resource every summer. All of the clubs in the area who allow kids to who host tournaments for these young players and allow the kids to come out there and practice and play. Man, it's just great to see our area be so successful at something. And be putting out such a good product. I mean, there's so many of these kids are going to end up playing college golf and representing Savannah, Coastal Empire, Coastal Georgia. It's pretty neat, man.
I mean, it's exciting to watch, and at least during the summer, I don't have to worry about school. I can get out there, and I watch a lot of the Savannah Junior Golf. I get out there to take pictures. It's a lot of fun, and
it is.
I mean, I wish I could make the bigger tournaments, but your real job comes first. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I believe me. Sometimes I feel like Zach's golf is my job, but it's not, obviously. But it's part of, and you know this, and everybody out there knows this. When you've got talented kids, you make sacrifices for them in order to help them reach their potential. And certainly, a kid like Calvin Turner that playing in Hawaii now, I'm sure his parents made sacrifices to make sure he was at practices at New Hampstead, did his workouts, had his nutrition, all that stuff. I think at every level, we're lucky in Savannah. We have so many different things for our kids to do in terms of, travel soccer and travel volleyball, and of course Georgia Coastal Aquatic Team is such an incredible organization with Bill Forster. But all those parents behind the scenes, Carl, you're getting up early and you're staying up late to make sure that. To make sure they have what they need, and they are where they're supposed to be, and but it's a privilege, it's a privilege to have talented kids. It's a privilege to be able to watch kids perform at the level that our people, they like the kids on the field last night for BC in that football game, and just playing that football game against a national powerhouse like Christopher Columbus out of Miami. I mean, that's just incredible exposure for the city of Savannah. And it was a huge crowd. It had to be 15,000 people in there. That's just incredible to see the amount of exposure that a game like that can provide for the city of Savannah and those kids that are working their tails off to represent BC. And Savannah as a whole. BC is a product that represents the entire Savannah. Everybody knows where BC is from, and everybody knows that. BC is one of the best programs in the state of Georgia for not only football, but baseball, golf, soccer, everything they do first class. So that was an incredible thing last night. My son and daughter were at the game. They said it was just an incredible atmosphere. Just people, really loud and really exciting atmosphere and stuff like that. Didn't go the way, we would have wanted it to go. Obviously, Christopher Columbus is obviously pretty good at football. But
it was an unbelievable game. Like you said, the BC, I was there. The BC side was filled, so the fans were trying to come in from the visitor side. They couldn't come across. And before the game started, there were only about 200 people there from Christopher Columbus, or fans. Okay. That side of the stadium started to be filled. It was just a great atmosphere, and like you said, and when Danny Britt came in there, and he came in and took over a program that had 3 losing years, they were 0-10 before. Yep. I mean, what he's done with that coaching staff over there has got everybody excited. He's got the state excited. I mean, because it. I mean, I know you didn't go to BC when you grew up. You went to Savannah Country Day. But everybody in the state knows about BC football because they were all over the state.
Yeah, BC is definitely an ambassador for the entire city of Savannah. And they represent us really well in everything they do. I mean, you've got the baseball program is, it's obviously just top notch. The golf program had a great year this year. I know they're working on the basketball program. The football program seems like every year, there's really high expectations. And of course, Holden Griner being such a big time recruit, and Holden Sapp being such a big time recruit. I mean, it's just it's a great situation they have over on Seawright Drive, but I think just hosting that game last night, to have a team like that come up from Florida, I mean, that team, from what I understand, that team's probably going to win whatever deal they play in down there, and they probably are, one of the better teams in the country at this point. And ball didn't bounce the right way a few times. It sounded like there were some early game jitters. Maybe a drop to punt and things like that. You take some of that stuff out, and it sounds like it was a fairly competitive football game. I think probably speaks well of what BC's about to be able to do in the state of Georgia, and in the region especially, but in the state of Georgia. I mean, if they can hang around with those guys from Florida, they can probably play with just about anybody that's going to be on the schedule.
And I know you're deep down in heart, you're a sports person. You're a sports journalist. I know that. You know that. The old cliche, the only way to get better is to play the best.
Right.
And if you can beat the best,
That's
you're
right.
on that level.
That's
so
right.
They're doing the right things. And like you said,
absolutely.
The local golfers, help me out, the two brothers. I always mess up their last name.
Threlkeld. Hughes and Hamp Threlkeld.
You go play in those tournaments that you were talking about, Mary Miller, Kate Barber.
That's
You're
right.
doing something special, and you only get better by playing the best. All
I
right.
totally agree with you there, brother.
All right, you got to promise me now. You got to give me 5-10 minutes next Saturday morning to break down Clemson, Georgia.
I will be very much ready for that. I'll have you a detailed breakdown of what I think we got to watch for. It's interesting when people talk about Georgia football. Expectations have never been a good thing for Georgia football. We just our fan base knows to be careful. Most of our fan base knows to be careful with it. But I really think that the expectations are justified this year. I really do. I feel very strongly that they are justified this year because of all the players that Kirby Smart and those guys have recruited. And gosh, there's not really a position of weakness. I know there's been some injuries, but even with the injuries, there's guys behind the guys that got injured who are pretty good. So I feel like the reason the justifications are there. So I'll have a detailed breakdown of it next week for you, bud.
All right, and I'm going to say this, and I know you're probably going to get a little not upset with me, but without Stephen Weeks, the Prep Sports Report would not be where it is right now. His company revamped the whole website. They do a great job. He does a great job adding all those golf stories. He's got the passion to get these local kids out there like everybody else. And like me, I really do appreciate it. And once again, keep up the great work. And tell Jack, go get him.
Yeah, believe me, if he does well today, you'll see it on the Prep Sports Report sometime soon.
Appreciate it, Steve. And thanks for filling in. Thanks for filling in for Tim.
Oh, I love to pinch hit, man. You know how it is. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Stephen Elmo Weeks. I mean, without him, I don't know where the Prep Sports would be right now because he helped me bring it back to where it is today. If you go to theprepsportsreport.com, there's a ticker up top with all the scores. Now, I want you to listen to this. It's not just football. It's softball. It's baseball. It's soccer. It's lacrosse. Send me your scores. Send me your scores, and I want to get it up there on the ticker. I know, there's tickers all over the place. This is just the schools in our area, and it's all sports, okay? I just don't hang out and just do football. So, once again, check it out, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Prep Sports Report, Stephen Elmo Weeks. I appreciate it. Travis John helped me get the content out there. It's all about our kids, and that's my main goal. It's not about the old Italian guy. It's not about the old ball coach. It's not about me. It's about our kids. The city of Savannah, the area of Savannah, Effingham County, Bryan County, of course, Savannah, Chatham County. Well, it's not Savannah, Chatham County, Chatham County. So you know what I mean. All right, I got to wrap this up. 3 steps out the door. I'm going to cancel the videos because I usually take the top 3 videos I watch over the week and put them up there. But I never finished all the news because we got news about Savannah State. We got news about the Savannah College of Art and Design soccer programs. We got golf. We got bananas. We got a lot more news to talk about. I'm going to end it out, going out the door, 3 out the door, or 3 steps out the door. More news, what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia. You got to love it. Remember, it's the coach at Coaches for breakfast every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30. Got to thank John Henderson and Del Henderson for letting me do this. I promise you, I won't be long. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I'll wrap it up quick, and we'll be out of here. Stay tuned. 3 minutes. Got to thank the people who support the show.
All the time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Once again, it's the coach, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live every Saturday morning here at Coach's Corner. It's breakfast with the coach from 8 to 10:30. Well, not 8 to 10:30 with me, but 8 to 10:30 at Coaches. You can get breakfast on a Saturday morning. I'm here from 9 to about 10:30. Come join me. I got all the information you need about local sports. I'll be having highlights of football games every Saturday morning from my good buddy and his sidekick, WJCL, the Frenzy, Frank Slakowski, and Amy Zimmer. So don't forget, Coach's Corner has breakfast Tuesday through Friday from 7 to 10:30. Stop on by and get some good breakfast. Besides, coming back later on at night and getting some food. All right, let me go to the people I got to thank. Of course, I got to thank Ken Griner, Savannah Christian Raider, Georgia University Bulldog baseball player, sportscaster, news anchor, you name it. Ken Griner does it. He's Savannaian through and through. Now he's at Calvary Day School doing their broadcasting class. He does a great job. You got to check him out, okay? And then, of course, Holden Sapp. We all know about Holden Griner, committed to, play at Auburn. Great kid. A lot of athletic ability. He looked sharp last night, tight spiral, getting the ball out quick. Then, of course, on the other side, you got to worry about Holden Sapp, number 13, Army commit. This kid's a football player. He's been a football player ever since I've been watching BC football. committed to go to Army. Great kid, great student athlete. And as Coach Britt said, he's a weight room gym rat, okay? And you can see it. Then, of course, I got to thank Stephen Elmo Weeks for stepping in for a good friend of mine, Tim Guidera. He's up visiting his kids at Athens, and they were going to be out. They had an event they had to go to. He wasn't going to be able to break away at 9:45. He went on his own and got the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, to come on. And hopefully Stephen Elmo Weeks will come on every Saturday morning to talk about Georgia football. Georgia starts next week against Clemson. I got to thank them for coming on. To the people that have been sending me comments, yes, you can send me comments, and I can respond to them, okay? But once again, I'm also the host. I'm also the producer. I'm also the technical director. I also got to worry about the internet. But once again, it's a lot of fun. But I got to thank this morning for Lawrence Bennett, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', one of the shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, always stepping in and give me a lot of help, give me some tidbits, and let me know if something's not going right. Lawrence, love you, brother. And then new guy, Skip Drum. I got to make this announcement. Skip Drum said, "Good morning, Coach. Playing in the inaugural disc golf tournament today at Bacon Park Golf Course. Disc golf at Bacon Park Golf Course." O.C. Welch has got it going over there with Fred and the whole gang. All right. They're using the par 3 course, and it doesn't affect anybody who wants to play stick golf. So disc golf is out there, and you could also play stick golf too. So thank you, Skip Drum. Great job. Dennis Kessler, avid listener, avid follower. Love to hear from you every morning, Dennis. Good morning. Hey, if you got a question or you want something me to address, go to the comments, make a comment, and I'll hopefully get to it and see it, and I'll respond to it. All right. Usually this is 3 steps out the door, where I take 3 top videos and I break them down and we go out the door. But I never got to finish the news, the local news, the sports that's going on here in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, I'll go through this quickly. Remember, high school sports has started. We got a lot of teams ranked. Girls softball, South Effingham, St. Vincent, Bryan County, all ranked in the top 10. Volleyball, Richmond Hill, Islands, Savannah Arts Academy, Woodville Tompkins, and Savannah Christian ranked in the top 10. Football, Benedictine, Calvary, Savannah Christian, Savannah Country Day, all ranked in the top 10. Richmond Hill is in the top 15, so they lost their first game to Buford out of South Carolina. A lot of issues with COVID, I guess. They'll be back. All right, last night's scores. St. Andrews, Blake Henry, first game as the Lions head coach, 27-20 over Bethesda. Effingham County hosts Buford out of South Carolina. Buford beats Effingham 24-3. South Effingham goes to Metter. Metter 62. That's right, 62 over South Effingham 31. Christopher Columbus out of Miami comes in and takes on Benedictine 42-27. Cadets never quit. Cadets got it was 7-7. Some miscues in the second quarter, but you know what? They came out in the second half. They didn't quit. Danny Britt's going to have those guys on the right path. And as Stephen Elmo Week said, the only way you be the best is to play the best, and that's what Danny Britt's goal is. Okay, New Hampshire all over Johnson 50-8. Lincoln County beats Bryan County 22-8. Calvary Day School beats Bullock Academy 28-14. Savannah Country Day 22. ECI 20. John Mooring, first game as the head coach at Savannah Country Day, got it rolling. And then Georgia School for an innovation class that's came to Daft Park, and the host was Savannah High, the Blue Jackets. Michael Moore, 48-0 Blue Jackets, okay? Thursday night, Windsor Forest beat Islands 20-9. All right, so that was high school, all right? And, of course, Holden Sapp, BC linebacker, committed to play at Army this week. Kid's worth it, okay? All right, college. Savannah State opens up next Saturday in Titletown. Hopefully we get this game in, okay? Savannah State travels to Valdosta, first game of the year. They haven't played an official regular season game for almost a year and a half now. So they did play 3 during the spring, so we'll see what happens. Georgia Southern opens at home against Gardner-Webb, the Bulldogs, okay? That's next Saturday. So Georgia opens up with Clemson. That's next Saturday. And, of course, my Georgia Tech note. I knew I forgot one. I do apologize. I do like the Ramblin' Wreck. Gavin Stewart now is the kicker out of Benedictine. Let me get their schedule. All right, here we go. Georgia Tech. All right, they open up against Northern Illinois, 7:30 p.m. in the ATL. So Georgia Tech takes on the Huskies. All right, so there's your local Georgia teams. Georgia State, I forgot Georgia State. I got to find out what Georgia State's playing because we got kids from Savannah playing at Georgia State. Fuchs Lewis out of Calvary. All right, hold on. You got to love it, Coach. Let me go to Georgia State, see who they open up next week with. And, of course, they're in the same conference as Georgia Southern. I can't forget the ATL schools. All right, Georgia State. Wow. They take on Jeff Monken and Army next Saturday. All right, so let me get this straight. You got Savannah State going to Valdosta next Saturday. You got Gardner-Webb coming to play Georgia Southern next Saturday. You got Georgia Tech hosting Northern Illinois next Saturday. You got Army. It looks like Army's coming into the ATL and taking on Georgia State at 11 o'clock. Who else did I forget? Georgia Tech, Georgia, Savannah State, Georgia Tech, Georgia Southern, Savannah State, and Georgia State. You know what I mean, okay? I got to write it down or I forget it, okay? Old guy, forget it here. So that's football for next week. All right, SCAD has started. They brought back sports. They cut out all their sports. Nobody did anything during COVID-19. While their soccer teams have both started, they're both off to great starts. The men's team improves to 2-0, second straight shutout. All right, a young man from Windsor Forest knocks the third goal of the game. Jesus Uola out of Windsor Forest. He scored in the 66th minute. Local talent playing at Savannah College of Art and Design. Savannah College of Art and Design. I hope I said that right. They're 3-0. Haven't let up a goal in 2 straight games. They will play home Tuesday against Bruton Parker at 7 o'clock. The ladies will play at 5 o'clock. They're undefeated. All right. They beat Middle Georgia State, as did the men's team yesterday, 2-0. Second game in a row, which they haven't let up a goal either. And like I said, they take on Bruton Parker on Thursday at 5 o'clock home in Hardyville. All right. Games today, week 0 in football. Don't get me started week 0. It's week 1. Everybody's starting to play football. It's week 1, but we call it week 0, okay? So you got Nebraska taking on Illinois. You got UConn taking on Fresno State. Then at 3:30 on national TV, New Hampstead Phoenix, former standout athlete, Ashley Deering Award winner, very versatile, okay? Calvin Turner Jr., 3:30 on ESPN, number 7 for the Fighting Rainbows. Hawaii takes on the UCL Bruins. Then at 9:30 tonight, we got UTEP playing New Mexico State. And at 10 o'clock, we got Southern Utah taking on the Aztecs, the San Jose State Aztecs. All right, pro baseball. Who's in first place? The Braves. 5.5 game lead on the Phillies. They came back, beat the best. They beat the San Francisco Giants, who had the best record in baseball. They were losing, okay? And let me get his name right. Jorge Soler hits the go-ahead home run, puts them up 6-4. They hold on because William Flores hit a home run in the 9th inning to make it 6-4. Or for closer Will Smith, we got to find a closer, okay? So the Braves are back 8-2 over the last 10 games. The only 2 losses to the hottest team in baseball. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Yankee fan, but Yankees have won 13 straight games. I was hoping Tim Guidera would come on because he's a Yankee fan too. We could talk about that and the Braves. All right, so today at 7:20, the Giants take on the Braves. Again, Yuska Yanoa back out from the injured list. Don't punch any walls there, Yanoa. Okay, he'll pitch tonight against the Giants at 7:20. Falcons had to go out and pick up a backup quarterback because A.J. McCurran got hurt. He's out for the season, so they went and got former first-round pick, okay, Josh Rosen. Played the whole year for the Cardinals his rookie year. Cardinals let him go. Went to the 49ers. The 49ers let him go. So the Falcons have picked him up to see what he do. They play tonight. They play tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against the Cleveland Browns, okay? Pro golf. Brian Harman still in the thick of things. He's got to finish in the top 30 to get into the next round of the FedEx Cup Championship Series. So let's hope he can do that. Gene Sowers is at the Alley Challenge in Missouri. Right now he's tied for 21st at 3 under. They haven't started the Charles Schwab Cup, which is for the 50 and older year guys, just like the FedEx Cups for the young guys. Savannah Bananas, okay? Savannah Bananas, you're a Coastal Plain League champion. You're a Breakfast Bowl champion. Last 2 games were canceled due to COVID-19, and the mayor said, we can't do it. Really, the last game was canceled. They got to play Thursday. They went to Macon last night. They won 13-3. So the Breakfast Bowl goes to the Savannah Bananas. What a great job, okay? I mean, so I don't know what else to tell you. The Bananas won the series 7-1. The Breakfast Bowl series 7-1, adding to their trophy case. They were set to play tonight at Grayson Stadium, but that's canceled, so don't worry about it. Got a big shout-out to DJ Spizos and the Savannah Spirit. They're bringing home some awards. Congrats to Chris Devadovich. Chris Devadovich, the head coach. He was the coach of the year, okay? And that was for the Carolina Conference. And then congrats to former St. Vincent's and Furman University standout Aaron O'Hare for being named the league's Offensive Player of the Year. All right, so that's it. I'm done. I'll be back here next Saturday with the coach at Coach's Corner. Come have breakfast with the coach every Saturday morning here at Coach's Corner. Got to appreciate everybody's coming on. It's been a long week. I'm going to go 2 points. COVID-19 is hitting our schools hard. Like Stephen Weeks said, Beach against Jenkins was canceled due to COVID quarantine cases. Not positive cases, quarantine cases. What does that mean? That means if you're in contact with someone that was positive, whether it was in school or out of school, okay, you have to quarantine by the Board of Education's policies. They're doing the right thing. Hopefully we'll get through this season and we'll do it. So I want everybody to understand that. Next is Georgia High School State Association. They're reclassifying for next year. The private school sector is getting ripped apart. Georgia High School State Association public schools want to see all the private schools go into their own little division. Come on, give me a break. Benedictine is going to be put in with the top 9 private schools or the largest private schools in the state of Georgia. Come on, it's about the kids. You tell me every Friday BC's got to travel to Atlanta to go play a football game, or people from Atlanta have to travel down here to play us? I thought it was students first. But it seems like some coaches have a different agenda. It's just about their team and their kids. Well, you know what? It's the state of Georgia. It's not the state of Atlanta. And if the private schools are that good, you got to try and beat those private schools. And that's the problem. We don't want to do that. We think it's unfair because the private schools can go recruit more than public schools. You know what? I'm going to say it right here now. Everybody recruits. Ken Griner, who I had as my first guest, everybody recruits, whether you're private or public. And, you know, it goes on all over the place. But if you let the private schools leave Georgia high school, it's even going to be worse. The recruiting's going to even get more intense. Everybody wants to play for a winner. Everybody wants to sell their program. I don't know what to tell you, people, but it's serious. It really is serious. So let's get our acts together and let's do it for the kids. Let's do it for the kids. That's the most important part about it. Let's do it for the kids. And it's not doing it for the kids so your kids can win a championship. It's so they can be students first. They don't lose class time. They don't have to travel all over the state. I feel bad for those teams that play in Giza that have to travel all over the state. But if Giza and those private schools get together, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be pretty interesting. On that note, remember, 3:30, ESPN, Hawaii takes on UCLA, Savannah own or Savannah area's own, number 7, Calvin Turner Jr. will be playing for the Rainbow out of Hawaii University. I gotta love it. I'm going to watch it. God bless. It's been a great show. Remember, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, hit it out of the park. And until I talk to you next week, may it always be your best week ever. It's been a lot of fun. Check out the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on Facebook. Check out the Prep Sports Report website. Stephen Elmo Weeks, Travis Schneider helped me do a great job with that website. Remember, it's more information about our kids, and we got to do what's right for our kids. I'm out of here. Be safe. Mask up if you have to. Wash those hands. Wear the mask in school. We got to lead a normal life. All right, we got to go back to normalcy later. And the last thing on the last note, I always say this is the last note, but God bless all those, the 12 military personnel that we lost over there in Afghanistan, trying to get our citizens out. That's all I got to say. God bless their families. I'll talk to you next week. God bless.